Arif was a young man full of dreams and ambitions. He wanted to succeed quickly, to achieve everything he had planned for his life. Every morning, he woke up with hope, thinking today might be the day when everything changes. But every evening, he went to bed feeling disappointed. Job after job, rejection after rejection, failure after failure, nothing seemed to go right. No matter how hard he worked, no matter how much effort he put in, life seemed to move slower for him than for others. He looked around and saw his friends moving forward, achieving milestones, celebrating successes, and he felt left behind. It was hard not to compare, and each comparison made his heart heavier. He started asking himself questions that had no easy answers. Why me? Why now? Why does everyone succeed, and I am still struggling? The more he wanted life to hurry up, the more it seemed to slow down. Frustration began to grow inside him, like a storm waiting to break. Every day, Arif felt pressure, from society, from family, and from his own expectations. People around him constantly asked, "When will you succeed?" Their words, although meant to encourage, felt like constant reminders of his failures. Each question, each expectation, added a weight on his shoulders. Anxiety became his constant companion. He tried working faster, studying harder, applying to more opportunities, but nothing seemed enough. The harder he tried to force success, the more life seemed to resist him. Inside, Arif felt angry, disappointed, and helpless. He started doubting himself. He wondered if he was not capable or if he would always remain behind. The loneliness of his struggle made it worse. He wanted someone to understand, someone to tell him that everything would be okay, but most of the time, he faced his battles alone. One evening, after yet another rejection, Arif wandered aimlessly in a nearby park. His mind was restless, and his heart was heavy. He noticed an old man sitting quietly under a large tree, observing the world around him. There was calm in the old man's eyes, a peace that seemed impossible to reach in Arif's life. Curious, he approached him and asked, "How can you stay so calm when life is so difficult?" The old man smiled and simply replied, "Sometimes, life is teaching you the most important lesson of all, patience." Arif didn't understand at first. Patience? He had heard the word many times, but it had never felt useful. How could waiting help him succeed when the world was moving so fast? But something in the old man's calmness caught his attention. For the first time, Arif paused and thought that maybe, just maybe, rushing was not the answer. In that moment, a small seed of curiosity and hope was planted in his heart. The seed that would soon grow into understanding, inner peace, and strength. He realized that this encounter might be the turning point, the first step toward learning a lesson he had ignored for so long. Arif did not know it yet, but the slow, quiet power of patience was about to change his life forever. After meeting the old mentor, Arif began to notice things he had never seen before. The world around him moved at its own pace, and rushing only caused frustration. The mentor did not give Arif long lectures or strict rules. Instead, he taught him small lessons through daily actions and quiet observations. They would sit under the tree, watch the birds, the wind, and the slow growth of plants. The mentor explained, everything has its time. A seed grows into a tree only when it is ready, not when we want it to. At first, Arif struggled to understand, but he decided to try. He started practicing patience in simple ways. He did not rush through tasks or demand instant results. He focused on learning and improving, instead of only winning or succeeding. Slowly, he noticed changes inside himself. His mind, once restless and anxious, began to feel calm. The fear of failure began to fade, replaced by trust in his own effort. He realized that waiting did not mean giving up, it meant preparing. Days turned into weeks, and Orif continued his journey of patient action. He worked on his skills quietly, accepted setbacks without anger, and celebrated small progress. Each failure felt lighter because he no longer saw it as the end, but as a part of the learning process. His confidence grew, not because success came immediately, but because he finally understood that he could handle challenges without losing hope. Then, one day, an opportunity arrived, not with force, not with panic, but naturally, as if the universe had been waiting for the right moment. Orif was offered a job that perfectly suited his skills. The feeling was different from what he had imagined. It was not excitement mixed with anxiety, but a quiet joy, a deep satisfaction. He understood that the struggles he had faced, the waiting, and the patience had prepared him for this moment. Success had finally come, but it felt effortless because he had learned to trust the process. The mentor smiled and said, "See, patience is not about doing nothing. It is about doing everything with calm and faith. When the time is right, life will reward you." Orif finally understood the real power of patience. It was not a weakness. It was strength. It gave him peace, focus, and the ability to face life without fear. This lesson stayed with him forever. He realized that rushing and forcing things only caused stress and disappointment. True growth came from steady effort, calm action, and trusting the timing of life. Orif now carried a sense of hope and courage that could not be shaken by temporary failures. He became an example of quiet resilience and inner strength. For everyone watching his story, the message is clear: life may test you with delays, failures, and difficult moments, but patience can turn these challenges into a powerful journey of growth. Waiting with purpose, working quietly, and trusting yourself are the true keys to success and peace. Orif's story shows that patience is not just a lesson, it is a gift that transforms your life from frustration to fulfillment.